I had to wait to say hello because there was a lady talking on my video conferencing software telling me to delete things from my account because the storage is almost full. And I'm like, oh yeah, I forgot. Thanks for the reminder. Hello. Oh my goodness. Baxter, don't steal Kleenex from my pocket, you little turkey. No, I love you. It wouldn't be a me podcast without without my dog coming to visit in the first little section. Now, I'm wondering how this is going to sound on video because my partner, for his birthday, some of the ladies that he works alongside at this food pantry where he's a volunteer, for his birthday, they gave him a little tabletop fountain. And I said, oh, could I borrow that sometime? You know, for meditational purposes or whatever. And he goes, you can have it. And and he just hands it to me. And I was like, okay, cool. So today's the first day that I figured it out, put it together, and put batteries in and all that jazz. And I have it going in the background. And I was expecting it to be like this very soft little trickle, you know. And it just kind of sounds like someone left the sink, the faucet running. So I'm like, you know, it's still water though. So it's like symbolically, you know, it's water is cleansing, and it's about releasing, and it's you know. So I'm leaving it on, and I'm going to keep it in this video, and when I listen back, I'll decide if I'm going to play the fountain in future videos. Play the fountain, you know, run the fountain. I don't know, turn on the fountain. Yeah, that's probably correct. Itchy foot. Sorry. Okay. Itchiness is weird. Woo, careful, guys. I love you. This is the magic wand. This is the magic Baxter. The magic Baxter. The dogs kind of got weirded out from the fountain too, so they seem to have gotten used to it now. Get out of my pocket. He's such a turkey. Oh God, I love this guy. I love you, you little brindle chicken. So it's interesting. I was almost going to, well, I was intending to actually come on and record yesterday afternoon because something happened yesterday. And I thought that, oops, as I knock into the table, that would make a good topic for a podcast. And then I didn't record. and I think the thing that I'm about to talk about might have been a contributing factor. I've got to blow my nose, pardon me. It's been a very releasey kind of day. In me not recording, you know, and that is good old imposter syndrome. Now today, before I came on to record, and I thought, oh yeah, I was going to make a podcast yesterday, or an episode of my podcast, and it was going to be about imposter syndrome. And then I thought, okay, I can just do it today. And then I thought, it seems like there's something more though, like that wants to come through. It still hasn't fully come through and formed. So I just thought, I'm going to get on and start recording and start talking, and the things will come through that need to come through. Right. Minerva and Baxter, I love you. Minerva, I love you, Baxter. So yeah, yesterday, wow, it was like I was having, well, in the past couple of days, I've been having all of this great like planning and organization stuff for my membership, kind of channeling through. Things are going to be structured a little bit differently, and the pricing will be different. I was like, channeling my soul's divinely aligned pricing and how it's going to be structured and what's included in which tier and all that stuff, and have it all, have that part all typed out on paper, and I want to get in and get I only have a description for the top tier so far. And as I'm talking about this out loud, I want to get that page to where I can copy and paste it as a page on my website, get rid of all of the other pages that are about the tiers of the membership, but they're also sold separately. And I'm not saying that they won't be that. You can still choose a level, but I really kind of want it all in one place. Okay, I know what I'll do. I'll have that main page for the big kahuna, the big membership, and then I'll have other pages that aren't linked on the website but are linked within the main page. So like, to read more about this tier, or if you're interested in this tier, you can read more about it here. So I'll probably do something like that. But I'll have, succinct-ish descriptions for each tier and what comes with it and the pricing and links to pay. So anyway, thanks for being there for me to listen to my business plan. But so I had been doing all that within the past couple days, and then yesterday it was like, oh, I want to do this, that, and the other thing, and I started a couple projects. I started a channeling in my Healing for the Healers on Patreon, channeling the Sen Enras, who are this group of spirit beings who are healers for healers, and I channeled them, and I kind of got to a point, and I stopped channeling, went to a totally different page, was doing something else. I'm always kind of scrolling and surfing the web. Usually it's surfing food delivery software websites to see what I might order in the future. I know it's kind of weird, but it's really fun. It's like, and then sometimes I get inspired, like, hey, I have some similar ingredients to that thing that looks really good to me, so I'm gonna make it. So it's like, it's inspiration. It's like window shopping for future reference, and sometimes it's simply to order food. But yeah, any way you slice it, it's fun. But so I was just all over the place yesterday, and I thought, why am I not just focused on the biz stuff, doing the biz stuff? And then I had this like weird gnawing energetic sensation of like, ooh, but you're not, like, who do you think you are that you can build this business empire and have these amazing tiers and be the body and voice of this work? And I was like, holy crap, I've only been doing my online biz since I started the end of 2011, but I brought it fully online towards the beginning of 2012. And it's like, who am I not to do this? Like, I couldn't even fathom that imposter syndrome energy was still there, because I had it back then for shizzle. But with all the work that me and my soulmate client tribe have been, all the work that we have been doing around healing the witch wound, clearing the witch wound, replacing and replenishing it with divine prosperity, activation energy, and I was like, we've been doing so much stuff, and I really actually feel like I cleared my whole witch wound. But now it's really about igniting those parts of me that were like deadened, right? That I wasn't fully allowing to express themselves, and fully allowing me to express myself, and that's, being reawakened. So I'm wondering, yeah, it's kind of feeling like that sudden shot of imposter syndrome yesterday wasn't really my real reality as I've created it to be, but it was just simply like a residue, sort of like dust that were in the hidden pockets where I was hiding my gifts and my true self, and that was just some residual energy, not sort of like, what's that called? If somebody like loses a limb, they still feel pain where the limb was but is no more, and they call it ghost pain. So I think that quick, imposter syndrome of not feeling like I'm powerful. I know I'm powerful. I guess it's not that, but it was more of like a visibility thing. Like, who am I to show up and talk about this stuff? I'm powerful. I do powerful things like all day long. But yeah, talking about it like that was, I think, the imposter syndrome. Ooh. So yeah, here's an interesting thing. Okay, so that wanted to be said, like, we can do a lot of clearing around the witch wound, and there can still be some, even if it's all the way cleared. We're going to be opening up some closets and airing them out, right? And bringing out our shiny true selves. So there's just that, some dust that has settled, witch wound dust, the opposite of fairy dust. So yeah, that definitely wanted to be said. Ooh, I just got some what's that called? Tingles on the top of my head, kind of like a mohawk shaped tingle. I like it. But I'm almost side shaven, not all the way bald, but I cut it really close the other day. I was like, I want to shave my head. So I didn't shave it all the way. But this is interesting, and this wants to be talked about too. I have the Goddess Guidance Oracle cards, the good old one from way back when, Doreen Virtue. When was this published? From the Hay House. Oh, wow, 2004. So 2004, holy crap. Pardon my language, but that was more than 20 years ago? Because it's 2025 years. Do the math. Wow, these have been around for a long time. And I used to use them a lot back when I first got them. And then, you know how things just kind of go in cycles, and I didn't use them for years and years and years. And then one day, I was like, I'm going to go upstairs and look at my Oracle decks and see who wants to come back downstairs with me. And the goddess cards were like, me. And anyway, so I often either pick myself 1 or 2 cards a day, depending on what my intuition says. I use them a lot in my energy healing videos with my clients. I use these and the Tree Transformation Oracle deck. If you know me, you know, from Flora Rudolph, incredible card deck. The good old Totem Medicine cards by Jamie Sams and David Carson. I just wanted to make sure I was saying their names right. And the runes, the Viking runes, which I got years ago. It was like 1997, 98 in there. And I used to use them a lot. And then I just stopped, and then I never looked at them again. But they came back. And it's funny because the book with the descriptions of the runes, like the messages and everything, some of it's very old earth heavy. So it's like I have to translate it into new earth when I'm using the runes and reading the descriptions in my videos. But I just think that's kind of funny because that description book was written, I want to say like 1993 or 94. So it was like, yeah, kind of heavy older. But that being said, the messages and the energies of the runes are powerful and awesome, and I love them. So, okay, so rewind, here we go. So anyway, yesterday I picked myself one goddess card. And right before I started recording this episode, I thought, yeah, I think it's time to pick another goddess card. Just so I'm like one or two, so it was just one. So I put the card I had picked yesterday, because I usually just keep the card or two cards I picked face up so that I'm reminded of the energy and the vibration. And anyway, I put her back in the deck, shuffled the whole deck, and then I was finally felt ready to choose the one card, face down, obviously. So got them whittled down to like 3 or 4 different cards. It was like, no, yes, no, yes. Okay, so put the other ones back in the pile. So I went to flip my one card of the day, went to flip it over. It was the same card I chose yesterday. So I think I really needed to sink in. So, and I'm guided to bring it in for us all. It's Mary Magdalene, Unconditional Love. Love yourself, others, and every situation, no matter what the outward appearances may be. And this is very related to a healing video that I watched today, not one of mine, but someone else who, it was incredible. I had never experienced his work before, but yeah, he just is like just a vessel for universal information and getting down to the nitty gritty of whatever's been holding something back in a very short amount of time. And then I was like, I do that too. Like, but he's out there and he's written 80 million books and he's visible and I'm like, ooh, I'm just a little wildflower in the forest. No, I'm a huge freaking fuchsia flower. Maybe that's the pink today, but and she's got pink. Look at, I didn't do it on purpose, I swear. And she's got this little salve or some sort of little container, urn. I feel like it's like a jar of healing cream or something. A healing salve, a balm, that sounds right. So we're gonna get into the nitty gritty. No, that's Mother Mary. That's a different energy. Mary Magdalene, where are you? There you are. I'm not what most people think. Yet, to defend myself would be to sink to a lower level than I feel comfortable with. I am one with the divine, just as you are. And it is here that I choose to reside. And that's connected to the healing guy that I was watching today. The lower levels of human bickering, judgment, and chaos are just that. It's okay, Bella. My kitty cat. Boy, kitty boy. The lower levels of human bickering, judgment, and chaos are just that, lower levels. I choose to do my work from the level of the higher consciousness where love reigns supreme. It's here where the most good can be done, and I urge you to do the same. Where you dwell in consciousness is where you truly dwell. So focus your thoughts on the good things that you can find in people and rise above all appearances otherwise. Although the Gospels never specifically call Mary Magdalene a prostitute or sinner, she's been called one by misogynists. Mary Magdalene nonetheless overlooks these false judgments, is unconditionally forgiving, and has a beautifully sweet energy. Her significant role with Jesus, as described in the Gospels, includes her washing his feet, witnessing his death. I'm getting like teary-eyed. This is interesting. And being one of the first people to whom he appeared after his resurrection. Wow. Controversies about other roles she may have played include Christ's bride, a temple priestess, or a disciple. Call upon her for help with forgiveness and opening your heart to more love. Wow, today's really got a theme going on. So yeah, I knew it was more than just imposter syndrome, although imposter syndrome can be a side effect of not fully loving yourself. And the healing session that I watched today was a lot about self-forgiveness, a lot about seeing yourself, seeing us all for who we truly are, and we are the one consciousness, you know, the I am that I am, and all of that. And it was kind of cool because it's like, this is stuff that I do know, that I've been teaching for decades, and but it was nice to just sit and receive and experience the information that has come through me through someone else, who, by the way, is also very funny. He kept making me laugh, and he was swearing up and down. He was a unique character, but his work is wow. He says he's been doing it since he was 3 years old. People couldn't understand how he had that vocabulary at 3, but it's who he is. He is the gift, and it made me think about today. And after I watched that video, I was just feeling into what I do, my work with people, and I thought back to, like, yeah, I think kind of around the time that I was starting to go fully online, I was talking to this woman, and she was asking me about my work or my practice or whatever, and I was like, it's almost like, I don't know what reverse osmosis really means, but it's sort of like a reverse healing. I was saying to her, like, I see my client as already their true self, in their pure essence, and I see them as the love that they are. I don't see broken, and I don't see, I understand if someone's experiencing a challenge or an imbalance, or they need reminders or rebalancing or energy work to remove energies that aren't truly them, but that they've accumulated over their life or lifetime. I do all of that, but I also still see the reason that the energy and vibrational work that I do is so effective is because I'm seeing the finished product. It's like Michelangelo, right? Saw the statue of David in a slab of marble that hadn't been carved yet. He saw David in there, and he just cut away the marble that was surrounding David. And that's the second time I've used that reference in the past couple weeks, because I used it in an article I wrote in a new online magazine called The Wealthy Soul. And it is published by 4 writers, and I am one of them. It's very cool. It's on Substack if you want to go find out all about it. Ooh. Maybe I will link to that, to my article, when I publish the podcast in various and sundry places. Guys, come on. Bella, just choose where to be. He's so sassy. He gets mad because Baxter's chasing him, but Bella's been running back and forth. He's got a lot of other places he can hang out. Beyond baby gates. So yeah, I was really reminded of that today when I was thinking about my work with my clients. It's like, it's so ingrained in me to already see them as successful, and now he's just goofing around. Successful, soulfully successful, divinely prosperous, you know, fearlessly visible. Like, I already see that as their human and earth created reality. We're just chipping away at the marble around that, you know, so that they come into their true selves, you know, their true essence, which is pure love and divine magic, right? So anyway, just wanted to get that out there. And yeah, so it was nice to be reminded that that's what I do. It was cool. Let's see if anything else wants to come through. Nothing except that you are love. You are very magical. Your gifts are important and needed by your soulmate tribe. And if you ever feel called to come play with me in any of my vortexes, I would be happy to unwrap the gift that is you. And I'm sending you love and happy puppy energy.
Oh, yes, that's a good idea. Give me a kiss.
Ooh, good kiss for goodbye. All right, love you guys. See you next time.